Bell rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Tuesday the 20th of the 7th, 2021. The time is just gone 04:30 GMT, 4:30 in the morning. Asian session coming to a close, European session firing up, our lunchtime North American session. Right, Monday the 19th, and yesterday we had a negative opposed driver in the pound at -350. Front and back door flows mainly going into the yen at +339, into the dollar at +52, and the euro was the negative rock at -41, activity ±391. Intra-week then, this is from Monday open to about 15 minutes ago. We've got a similar picture. We've got a negative opposed driver in the pound, -314. Front and back door flows mainly going into the yen at +302, into the dollar at +47, and the euro was a negative rock at -35, activity ±349. So basically we've had the pound negatively driving, the opposing positive flows mainly going into the yen with a bit of help from the equity transmission, and into the dollar, and the euro's been the negative rock. Right, intraday then, this is the Asian session to about 15 minutes ago. We've got a reversal of these flows. We've got the pound as the positive unopposed driver at +37. We've got front and back door flows mainly coming out of the yen this time, -32, out of the dollar at -5, and the euro is the neutral rock at 0. Activity ±37. Right, so what's been knocking it about? Well, we've had the China rates decision, which was basically a non-event, neutral. Excuse me. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we've got AUD retail sales, and Thursday we've got ECB rates decision. There's been a worsening in the virus situation in Australia, and also the Reserve Bank of Australia has added to the woes of the AUD by saying there's going to be no rate rise or change till 2024. So we've got negative sentiment on the AUD again. So there you go. So let's see what's been happening in the flows. Our trades are about 300 to 400 points in the red at the moment, from a peak of 6,500, with a swing of about 7,500. So that's where we are. Let's just have a look at the the flows. So we've got the euro is weak except against the yen, the New Zealand, and the Swiss. The yen is weak across the board. The pound is strong except against the CAD. The Swiss is weak except against the yen. The CAD is strong across the board. The AUD is strong except against the pound, the dollar, and the CAD. The New Zealand dollar is weak except against the Swiss, and the dollar is strong except against the CAD and the pound. Right, so what have we got? We've got yen weakness now. Remember, we've had a lot of yen strength. We've now got yen weakness in the Asian session, and we've got CAD strength despite this fall in oil. Right, so that's that. Let's have a look at the asset classes before we do the final analysis. So let's get rid of this. Right, so US dollar index. Right, so basically it's it's broken out. It's come back a very smidge, so it's at the highs. It's beyond the highs and come back just a tad. So and then gold is basically looking like this. It's 0.43 from the high. So gold is sort of resilient in the face of this this strong dollar. Oil had a big break, and it's also come back. It's now 0.40 from the floor. So oil's really come off a lot, probably off the back of this OPEC decision to increase supplies from August. Wall Street then. Wall Street had this sort of double top look to it, and it's come back a little bit. It's 0.45 from the high. S&P broke, and it's come off, and it's 0.33 from the high. The tech likewise broke, and it's 0.22 from the high. So the tech's the strongest at the moment in relative terms. Right, so US 10-year, we've got this, it's broken in terms of price, just come off slightly. So yields are very soft in the US at the moment, and the bund, which is the European equivalent, has also got this break look about it. So prices of both the bund and the US 10-year have really come up, and therefore the yields have softened in both areas. So now we've got copper. Now copper, so it's pretty erratic, and it's now 0.31 from the floor, so very soft. And US steel has finally gone back to the lows, so it's US steel is right down at the lows, so that's interesting. Right, so let's just get rid of this and do a little bit of analysis, what we think is going to happen today and going forwards. Right, so we're short USD dollar against the euro, the pound and the AUD, and we're short NZD against euro, pound, CAD, AUD. Right. As I say, we've had some events. We've got AUD retail sales coming out. We've got negative sentiment on the AUD in terms of the RBA, Reserve Bank of Australia, saying they're not going to raise rates till 2024, and we've got increase in the virus in Australia. So the analysts are really laying it on thick with Australia. So that's interesting, and yet the AUD NZD is pretty much static to slightly soft. So it's basically what we've been saying, that it's cooked, but it's just a case of it can go down a little bit further. There's probably 500 points in it on the downside if they really want to do it, and they normally do, so we'll see. We're at the minimums on that, but we're looking to aggressively scale up in the near future. Right, so that's that. You've got the ECB rates decision on Thursday, which is obviously colouring the situation as well. You've got these yields in the bund coming right off, and in the US 10-year. So and you've got a flow reversals now. You've got weakening yen and strengthening pound. Arguably, and you've had a fall off in equity. So this could be the start of a little bounce in risk today. So you could see the pound gaining the yen losing and sort of a reversal of those flows. If not, it's going to you're likely to see a bit of a bounce and then a pump down again. So just be aware of that if you're short-term trading. Anyway, that's where we are. Hope that was useful. See you again tomorrow for the daily briefing. Thank you.